Welcome to the channel. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today, we are going to review the LiPULS 48 volt, 25 amp hour LifePo4 battery. This is a deep cycle battery. Use it for trolley motors on boats. Use it on RVs for a power backup, solar backup. Use it in your home, camping, really just as far as your imagination wants to go. And I've done my research on the interweb and on YouTube. This ain't a fly-by-night company. This here, they have got a reputable name. They've been in business for quite a while, for years, and they have different models of batteries. They make the large ones for golf carts, for starting, a motor, really ramp up. This one here is just one of their smaller models, but it's still got plenty of power. It's a 51.2 volt, 25 amp hour battery, to be exact. And I'm going to use this as an expansion battery for one of my power stations. I've always wanted to try that, and they wanted to send it to me, and I thought, why not? We can try it and we can do it together. As you've seen, I just unboxed it. I truthfully did not open this box till this video. I've done my research on it though. It comes with the battery in the box. Comes with this real nice bag. I did get into the bag a moment ago just to kindly familiarize myself. Here you have your manual, and I'm going to flat tell you, out of all of my power stations, anything to do with solar, this is the best manual that I have ever received. It's not just paper, it's like a thick, almost a cardboard, color illustrated, has everything in it you want, tells you what size gauge wires to use with this when you're hooking it up. It tells you approximately if it's from full to low. I mean, just everything you need in there is there. And I do like that. I wish all companies would put out a manual like this. #1 best manual I have ever seen on any power station or anything to do with solar, hands down. Right here is your warranty card and registration. You can fill it out and mail it back, or you can get online. Here is just join their website, little tips and tricks and stuff. Then they send you this nice bag to keep everything in. And right here, you have your studs, the little threaded bolts to go in here. That way you can use, it's got two sets, longer ones and short ones. We'll use the short ones, I believe, because we ain't gonna be putting a lot on here. It's got little caps right here, as you can see, just a protective while it's traveling in the being shipped, or while you're storing it here at the house. It's got a nice handle. Let's see how much it weighs. Let it zero out. .1 pounds. So that ain't too bad as far as carrying it around to your boat or RV. So if you want to, we'll go ahead and check the voltage. Take the caps off. We'll use my little voltmeter right here. So I'll go ahead and set this on volts DC. Put that right there. Hopefully you can see it. Positive, negative, and that is showing 56 volts. I hope that you can see that. Now we'll go ahead and get us a set of bolts here. That way we can put as our terminals. Like I said, I believe I'm going to use the short ones. As you can see, not a big difference, but enough. I'll stick that in the positive. Stick this one in the negative. tighten them down a little bit. And yes, I'm just using an old pair of pliers. My socket set is in the building, and I have a lot of stuff stored for my daughter. She's getting married. We've got a lot of furniture out there she's going to be taking, and I can't get to my socket set right now. We're going to be getting in there and moving everything this weekend. So this ain't really the proper way of doing it, but I will be safe. But if you should see sparks, call 911 for me, please. Just want to get these snugged up, because if you don't get them good and snug, you could lose some voltage, and it might not really power your equipment correctly. So you always want to make sure they are very good and snug, but yet don't over tighten them. So we'll take this over and we're going to charge it up to full, and we'll go from there. Here is the charger. I have had this probably for at least 1.5 years. I bought it a while back. I had a LifePo4 battery that someone gave me, and it was bad. I didn't know it at the time, so I bought the charger. But this was the cheapest one that I could find, because I didn't want to go in a whole bunch of money on a used battery. But this right here, I'm telling you, I'm wanting to say I paid around $40 for it then, but it has worked great. You got your alligator clips and your AC plug-in. You have a red power light, so that way you know you're getting power. And I took a silver marker and squared off this light. That's the light you need to pay attention to. When it's charging, it will be red. When it is fully charged, it will turn green. So just trying to save you some money. I will leave this in the description, like I said, along with everything I show you in this video. So as a safety precaution, always put your alligator clips on first before plugging in your charger. So I'll go ahead and put the positive on, and I always like to twist them a little bit. That way they kind of bite and cut into the metal and get a good contact. There's my negative. So I'm going to plug it in. And as you see, the red light come on, power light. The red charging light is charging. So I'm going to leave that right there. That way you can see it. I'll give you a little close up. And I'll come back when this thing is fully charged. And just to speed it up, I'm going to cut the tape until we get there. And there you go. It just finished charging up. As you can see, the green light. In case you can't see that. So I'll unplug it. Take the alligator clips off. And before I forget, like I told you, this was about the cheapest one that I could find on Amazon. And I will leave the link in the description. But I forgot to show you, it does have a fan. So it does cool itself off. And to be honest, it's worked perfect, I will say. So let's head back over to the table. So now that we have the battery fully charged, I've got the iGreeley dual negative and positive cable to put on a LifePo4 battery. That way we can hook it to a power station. Just in case you want to see the name right there. And again, I will leave the link to this in the description as well. You've got your positive and negative terminal eyes. And this is 10 gauge. In the LiPULS manual, it tells you that at least use a 12 gauge. This right here is a 10. So the lower the number, the heavier the cable wire. So this is a little bit better. I just figured, you know, why take precautions and try to charge up a power station and maybe your cables get hot, melt, catch on fire. You don't want nothing like that happening. So I went ahead and went with this one, approximately $14, $15. It does come with fuses. It comes with a 20 amp and 30 amp. So that way if something should go wrong, it will break it. That way it don't damage your power station, breaks the circuit, you know what I'm saying. And it goes to an Anderson And the reason I like that, and I'll show you in a little bit, is because I've got a lot of connectors to go to different power stations that they all hook to Anderson, so it makes it easier on me. Only got to buy one battery cable to go to power stations, and then I can just use my little connectors per power station, whatever the port recommends. And another thing, this right here is IP65 weather rated. I wanted to point that out because you can have this out in the snow, the cold weather, not below 0, but to 0, and you can let the rain get on it. As long as you don't throw it in a lake or a river, you're good. That's one good thing about it. It's 1,280 watt hours. And just to give you a reference, this OUPES MEGA-1, this is just 1,024 watt hours. So in all actuality, this battery is much larger, not a whole lot, but it is larger than this power station. So if this was on dead empty, 0% battery, I could use this to charge this up to full. That's why I like, the idea of having a LifePo4 battery around, especially by LiPULS, because I'm telling you, they've got a great name. I'm not trying to sell you on them. I'm just telling you, if you're looking for a LifePo4 battery, check them out. At least do that. I'm telling you, it's got a BMS system. That way it keeps the batteries balanced. And that way the input and output, it keeps check on everything. So it's not like it's just a little knockoff that they're throwing out there trying to sell you. They actually have got some years and experience into their products. Their larger batteries, they actually have a phone app. You can connect everything to it and just watch the volts, the amps, input, output. So they're just a reputable company. Give them a look. I just wanted to give a shout out to them again for sending me the battery. I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and we'll hook this up and we'll give it a try on the OUPES MEGA-1. I've already loosened up my bolts, terminal bolts. So we'll take them off. And again, always make sure you've got your positive and negative matching up with your batteries, positive and negative. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off by putting my negative cable down. And if you look at this, I don't know if you can see that. The little eye is kindly made on one side of your cable. Make sure that is on the bottom when you put it on your battery terminal. Go ahead and get this one started. Now I'll take this one and I'll make sure it's on the bottom. I hope you can see that. Take my unsafe pliers here. Just give it a good little tightening up. I'm gonna make sure, that was just me coming off the bolt. Make sure it's on there good and sturdy. Don't want to lose no voltage or short nothing out. Always be safe. And again, use a socket set. Don't be a dummy like me. And always wear eye protection. Don't do like me. So, like I said, this has the 30 amp fuses in it on both sides. And that's why I really like this one. They don't just give you one, they give you two, more or less, little breakers here, to set your fuses in. So we're going to turn the OUPES on. And just so you know, people who don't know, and when I learned this, honestly, I was fascinated with it myself. But when you're looking at your battery here, it's a 51.2 volt. Now, exclude the amp right now. Your voltage means a whole lot when you're going to charge up a power station. In a way, it's kind of like looking at your solar panels, the VOC. That VOC, you don't want that voltage to be higher than the VOC input on your power station. If you go too high above what this is rated for, you will burn up your MPPT controller and you won't be able to charge this from solar or battery no more, just AC. So I'm gonna give you a quick peek at this right here up close. If you can see where my finger is at, that's 12 volt on the low, 80 volt on the high, was at 13 amp. So that is my solar input, or now the battery input. So just to be clear, the most voltage input that this MEGA-1 can take is 80 volts. So never put above 80 volts into your power station. I have the Pecron E600. It's set at 95 volt for the top of it. So whatever power station you have, before you hook up a battery, look at your highest voltage that it can take on the input of your solar. Like I said, this here is 51.2, so we are under the 80 volt. We're safe. We just don't want to go above that 80, or we will damage the power station. So just remember that. And your amp hour, all that is kind of like when you're filling up your gas tank in a car, the hose that your nozzle is connected to on the gas pump, if it's that big, let's call it small amperage. If it's that big, it's larger amperage. It's going to flow through faster and get from the pump to your tank a lot quicker, a lot more volume. So the lower the amperage, the smaller the hose. The higher the amperage, the larger. So that's the best way to look at it that I can describe it to you. So we're going to go ahead and try this and hook it up. So let's get started. All right, we're going to hook the battery up to the OUPES MEGA-1. I turned it on and found out it was at 100%. I forgot it was charged up. So I had to take it down to 88%. That way we could put some juice into it, but we're good now. So let's see what we can do. We'll go ahead and hook this up. And there it starts to charge. It's over 100 watts. I'm guessing that this will be between 600 and 700. I have not charged this off of the battery yet. We're doing this together for the first time. Again, that's why I had to take my battery down. But we're going to see what we can get. And I know from watching others that the MEGA-1, the voltage will bounce around a little bit because the BMS is trying to learn about the battery, trying to sync in with it. We're over 200 watts. I can hear the fan kick on just a little bit. I'm just curious of what the peak wattage we can bring in, but I'm guessing between 6 on the low, 700 on the high, maybe somewhere through there. $250 I seen. Still raising. I seen 270. I don't mean to take so long. I just actually want you to see it. That way you can see as well as, with me, that what's the top we can get on the wattage input. And like I've said before, this right here, the LiPULS battery, it's a 1280 watt hour, which the MEGA-1 is just a 1024 watt hour. So at dead empty zero for the MEGA-1 on battery capacity, you could take the LiPULS 51.2 volt battery, 25 amp hour, and charge this from 0 to 100 with ease. We're getting close to 300. I'm hearing the fan ramp up just a little bit more. We're past 300. Can you hear the fan? I'm not sure it's loud enough for you to hear it, but it is going. Getting close to 350, 357 there I seen. Fan just kicked up another notch. $400. So that's pretty good just right there. 400 watt input. Let me zoom this camera in just a little bit for you. 450. I have never done this myself. I've watched others, and I've always wanted to do it. And when LiPULS reached out to me, let me tell you what, I jumped on it after I checked them out. And like I said, they are a quality company. They make quality products. You don't have to take my word for it. Do your own research. I've seen in their manual that everyone who works for them has at least 10 years experience in the solar industry. So that right there tells you, they're hiring good people. Excuse that phone over there. That's my wife's going off if you can hear it. We're bringing in almost 600 watts. And just so I don't forget, the LiPULS battery has a 5-year warranty. So that right there, if they believe in their products like that, that right there should tell you they're a decent product to buy. And they have a 30-day, just send it back if you don't like it or you're not satisfied, and they'll cover the shipping. We're hitting 679, I seen. Turn that screen back on. $673. Honestly, I figured it'd be between 600 and 700. I really didn't think it'd get that high. I just seen 673. So I'm going to call it at least 673 watt input, which is very good. And to be honest with you, we started off at 88% battery. We're at 92 now, so it is charging it up very, very quickly. So now that we see that you can use the LiPULS 48 volt, 51.2 volt LifePo4 battery to charge up a power station, that's just something for you to think about. I've got expandable batteries for my Pecrons, and I have paid between $650 and $800 each for them. I have 3 of them. So if you buy a name brand like a OUPES expansion battery, you're going to pay for it. This right here is $229.99 on Amazon, and I will leave the link in the description. This here is 4,000 plus cycles until it drops to 80% or 10 years. Again, 5-year warranty, 30-day money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied. So it's worth looking at. They're a good company and good brand, but this is just a cheap way for you to make an expansion battery to charge up your power stations. You have a blackout, it's snowy, cloudy, rainy, and you can't get solar in on your power station, and you take this thing down pretty much to zero, you're done with, if this is the only one you have. But right here, you can make you an expansion battery, take the iGreeley, hook them up, charge this back to full, and again, on my refrigerator, double door refrigerator in the kitchen, this will run it for 8 hours by itself. So I could get another 8 hours, possibly a touch more, but at least turn this into a 16-hour running power station for my double door refrigerator. And again, like I was telling you, the reason I like the iGreeley connection right here, because of the Anderson. Right here is my Jackery 8mm to Anderson. That way I can connect these like that and just plug this into my jack. Right here I've got a Anderson to XT90. Right here is a short Anderson to XT90 male. Anderson to XT90 female. I grabbed that one, sorry. That's a XT90 to a XT60. And then here is the Anderson to XT60. So with all my power stations taking XT90s, XT60s, the 8mm, I can use them right here on this. So I hope you enjoyed the video and you learn a little bit of something with me. I'm glad we done it together, but I'm gonna leave everything in the description. That way, if you're interested, you can order it. But just give me a little promise. If you're looking for a LifePo4 battery, just at least go to their website and check them out. That's LiPULS, quality LifePo4 batteries. Thank you, LiPULS, for sending the battery and letting us do this little demonstration on our channel. Hey, I appreciate all of you. I hope you return. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share the video if you don't mind. I'll catch you on the next video, and God bless.